أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا، اللهم ارحمنا، اللهم ارحمنا جلينا، يا حي يا قيوم يا بديع السماوات والأرض يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تحيي قلوبنا بنور معرفتك أبدا يا الله يا الله يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. So we left off last week from in this page. Indeed, man loves firstly himself. That is very reality. Firstly himself. Then his relations, how we are related to. Then his nation, general, but nation means, what do you understand from nation? Tribe, but it doesn't say tribe, it says nation. How do you define nation for yourself?
Me?
Who's your nation?
That's a complicated question. But
but don't be afraid of making a mistake. Only the best way of learning is through making mistakes.
Sure.
Don't worry about it. Free.
Well, in the literal sense, I have an American passport, so
that is secular understanding of nation. It's a very new thing. Yeah. Tribe was an old thing. Every tribe has its own nation. Now, new concept in secular sense. There are nation states.
Yeah.
When nation state, when did the application of nation state understanding started operating in the world? Very recent.
Yeah.
This is not human history. How about Quranic definition of nation?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Tribes?
No, Quran doesn't say we created you in groups so that you know each other. This is nation of Ibrahim. Millata Ibrahim Hanifa. It means those people who believe in God as the only sole creator of the universe makes one nation. Those who don't, they have another nation, other nation. So in the Ummah is very difficult to understand because nowadays modern understanding of Ummah is certain group of people who claim to be Muslims. No, Quran doesn't define who claim to be political title of Muslim. Because in the Quran, the term Muslim is not a title. It is an attitude. When you realize the truth, you commit to it. That's you are Muslim. Submit yourself to it. So Quranic definition of the people, believers. So Ummah it's the correct word, but nowadays it is misused. So we have to wake up.
You said that those people who believe in God as the sole creator of this universe are referred to as belonging to one nation. So
this is one nation.
So it means a believer.
A believer in, believer in the religion of nature. It means human nature. Salaam alaikum. Human nature. Welcome back. Are you around? You are in town. Good. So, believer means who follow human nature without spoiling it. فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها. We are created with a certain nature. And this nature requires to submit the Creator. If we don't spoil this quality, we are on the right track. If you spoil the quality, this quality, we get lost. So we are out of nation now. Millat Ibrahim. Millat Ibrahim, you know that historically includes whom? All the prophets, starting from Ibrahim downwards. Jews, Christians, Moses is teaching, Jesus is teaching, Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam, alayhimussalam, all of them, peace and blessings be all of them. Their teaching, they are all Abrahamic tradition. Historically, Quran also says. Yeah, that's why we say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. Who are the Ali Ibrahim? All the prophets. So Ummah is nowadays used for only political, geographical definition of Muslim community, the community which call themselves Muslim. That is a modern thing. That's not Quranic. No. So we love those whoever they are, under any name, because the titles, names are mixed up now. Submits to his Creator according to his own nature, without spoiling the nature, Salih. Then he belongs to this nation. And we love this nation. First, we love ourselves, and then our relatives that we know. Yeah, I know Salih. For if I see a man passing by, I say nothing. Maybe if he is a Muslim, something identifying himself, say Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, go. If I see Salih, what I do? Oh, Salih, how are you? Do you need anything? Let's go and have dinner together. Relatives. That is how we are made. Our children, for example. Our nature is encoded with this relationship. We shouldn't reject it. Our mother, our father. We cannot deny them. So I care about my brother. My father and mother passed away, but now I have my brother and sister. So I care about them. If I hear that they need my help, I have to go. That's how I am made. Fitra. Don't confuse with natural religion. Religion of human nature, unspoiled human nature, is fitra. That's what Quran describes. Natural religion is another completely philosophy. It's another completely different concept. They spoiled it. Actually, it was right, but they spoiled it. So we have to know. So we have to make it specific that a belief and understanding which is appropriate to human nature, who is not spoiled. For example, now our minds are full of secular concepts. Even the word religion became a secular concept. Deen. It means, for example, if they ask you in the street, what's your religion? You say Islam, Christianity, or something like that. No, the Quran doesn't say. The religion is a deen. What's your religion is which path, which kind of understanding you have for your life. It means what values you are basing your life on. It means what are your values? That's your religion. So I act according to this, I act according to that, yeah. Some people say I act according to the laws of this country. That is their religion. You say I act according to the consciousness that I am made and I have a maker. And this maker is the creator of the whole universe. That is my value. I base my value on this. That is your religion. Nothing to do with titles. It could be a Christian. A person also may say, I am agnostic in this age. And you ask them, why are you agnostic? Because I went to the church and listened to the priest and didn't make sense to me, rejected. I went to the synagogue and listened to the rabbi, didn't make sense to me, rejected, correct? I went to the mosque and listened to imam and didn't make sense to me. Most of the imams speak in a way that doesn't make sense, rejected. I say I am agnostic. It means I am on the right path. Because you eliminated the wrong things according to your understanding. It doesn't mean that you eliminated the truths presented to us in the Quran. There is no such thing presently available in the society. Do you understand? It's very difficult to grasp. We think that we are going to lose our identity. No, you are not going to lose your identity. If you are aware of this, you will lose, or we will lose our fake identity.
Sorry.
It is already fake. Don't worry, it is fake. For example, you have, how is it called? Money, which is not real, true, just fake. Counterfeit. Counterfeit money, you have $1 million in your pocket, all of them are counterfeit. And then you lost them. Do you worry? Do you worry about it? You dropped them somewhere. They were all counterfeit. Don't worry about it. So we have to have a real, genuine understanding of the world, understanding of our existence, understanding of the purpose of being in this world and the purpose in the creation of this world. And then you establish your life on it, you are fine. And if you lose that, but you can't. If you are aware of it, you will really keep it. And it is with you now. It is within your nature. It really, if you like, fused into your nature. It becomes your nature, and your belief is a part of your nature. How can you lose it? Can you lose your mind or heart or liver and go? No, you die. It becomes your nature. We have to understand this, that we have to discover our real nature in order to understand religion, deen, as the Quran prescribes or presents to us what religion is. Don't buy religion from sociology book or political science books or anthropology books. These are corrupt, secular concepts. Then we are What even you go to the mosque, the religion is used according to the term religion. Ad-Din is used according to what? Secular concepts. We have to wake up. Okay. Now man loves himself, loves his relations, loves his nation. You understand? You have to love somebody who shares your values, don't you? So those people somehow have the common value. What do? They have a community. They establish an association or society, and they work together. They are happy because they have the same purpose. We have to have this community as well, nation. Have the same purpose, share the same values. Yes. So nation. Then living creatures. We are reading from the book. This indeed, man. You can see the page. Alaykum salam. So show it here.
The last paragraph of page.
Yeah, page 1, last paragraph, maybe second line and third line. You have yours?
You want me to read?
No,
Oh.
just follow from there. That's what we are in. Maybe you can read it later on. For the moment, I didn't mean that. Okay. Then living creatures. This is also an interesting concept. Do you love living creatures? Yeah. Living creatures, why? Why do you love them? Not because we are ecologists, environmental minded people. Living creatures, why do you love living creatures?
He's asking you.
Yeah, why? Why do you love them? Sorry?
I never really thought about it.
You never thought about it. Good. Anybody else? That's good, almost.
I find life attractive.
Life?
Life is attractive.
Yeah. Attracts what? To what?
I don't know, this quality in me that appreciates life. So when I see it, it produces a good feeling in me.
Produces?
Yeah, like I get a good feeling when I see that living thing.
So, okay, are you self-worshipper? Are you a self-worshipper that whatever satisfies your expectations so that you love it? What is it to do with the purpose of your existence? Related to that. Good way of thinking. Carry on. Related to the purpose of your existence. So life is what? Through life. For example, this one is not it is inanimate. Yeah? It's not animate. Yeah? As soon as life is given to it, what becomes? Look at a tree, look at an animal. It starts manifesting all the, if you like, magical qualities, extraordinary qualities of its creator. Suddenly, you realize that the maker of this plant is continuously reproducing and manifesting new qualities of its creator to me. So we really appreciate it because they make us realize the reality of the creator better through many unimaginable qualities. How the cells work, how the branches shoot out, and how the flowers, leaves come, fruit come. How come? Out of wood. Oh, you go crazy. But this craziness is not really a physical craziness, admiration of the maker. So makes you, drives you closer to your creator than I'm sure the creator of this universe is absolutely beyond imagination. I cannot attribute the existence of this living being to anything within this universe. They have no power to give all this quality to blossom and then to give leaves and then fruit, and within the fruit the seed, and within the seed the whole story, life story of the tree itself or the plant itself. What's going on? Magical creation within magical, another creation within magic. How can I attribute it to elements which are dead? Oh, you become crazy. Crazy means really overexcited, overwhelmed by the manifestations of its creator. Qualities become very familiar to you. So, of course, we not only love human beings, but also the second stage, love living beings. So, living creatures. Is it enough? No. We still are related to what? Then the universe and the world. Even inanimate beings. But after living beings, the consciousness starts from realizing who we are, and then our relationship. Why do I bother about my friend? Why do I bother about my child, my mother, my father, my brother? Do you bother about your mother? If you receive an email now, or the telephone call or text saying that, Saleh, come, I need you, from your mother, what do you do?
I go.
If someone says, an advertising agent says, Risala, come and buy my product, what do you do? Can you please drop me from your calling list? Why? Why? There is a text calling you, or a telephone call calling you to come. You run, and there is another telephone call calling you to come. You say, please don't disturb me again. Completely opposite. Why? So one of them is your mother, the other one is you, the exploiter. Yeah, this is going to spoil you, exploit you. So relations are in our innate nature. We cannot deny them. So we love them second, after ourselves. First, we have to understand and question ourselves, and then question, why do I have this sense? I love my relatives, I love my friends, I love my children. So if those people, if the people don't have the children, they don't know the feeling. When they experience it, it is inexplicable, impossible to explain. Why do I bother about this creature there or being there? Why? When you have it, you experience it. Otherwise, it looks like another thing there. May not really feel it. So this relations is to be thought about again. Then why do I bother? How come my elements change suddenly? Because there was a child, there was no child, you didn't have this feeling. As soon as you have the child, you start having a certain relationship towards this person. Suddenly, how my elements, my particles, how did they come aware of it? Which kind of feelings they have, which kind of power they have over me? Do they really have any conscious choice that they are directing me? What are they doing? These are amazing creatures, amazing acts facts of creation, they should really make us overexcited. That is religion. That's how we should train ourselves through. No, I don't think doing artificial things according to religious requirements educate anybody. You just make bargaining with it. And if I go and stay in itikaf and don't sleep one night, I will be forgiven. Why? Because I didn't sleep one night. Why? That's what they say. This is not religion, for God's sake. There is no consciousness. There is no satisfaction. It's bargaining. As if I do this, they will give me that. Why? That's what they say. You don't feel it. Do you really? Do you really experience? Just you feel an atmosphere. Like those people who go to, I don't know, rock and roll concerts. When they listen to the music, they get excited. And then the music is over, it's finished. They say, oh, it's finished, it's gone. So we don't say it is gone, we say, oh, after I die, they will pay me back. That makes the difference between religion and non-religion religious activities. But of course, the people from outside, this is just a wishful thinking. After I die, after you die, what happens? Nothing, you die. Finished, according to their materialist mentality. But we don't know why. When we say after I die, I will be rewarded. I don't know why. There is no such education, unfortunately. So we have to have this education. In order to have this education, we have to establish the foundations. That seems to be simple, but we don't do it. We don't have a belief training, belief education. Foundations must be established. So this is not a simple thing that you are interested or you are concerned with your relatives. It's not a simple thing. It is an interesting, amazing creation. You cannot really explain it in materialist sense at all, in terms of this world at all. So your relationship with your nation, we studied that a bit in a wider sense, and your relationship with the living creatures, your relationship with the universe, the world altogether. How come it happens? How come it happens? Why do you bother about something happening in this world? Whatever the subject you study, why do you bother? Why do you think you have been given the qualities to investigate the qualities of the creation in this world? Why? We don't question. We say, I'm studying biology because I want to become medical stuff. Is it human? Is it really something to do with my purpose of existence in this world? So I will become a medical staff, let's say doctor or surgeon, and then die and finish. Do you think it is worth for a human being to live in this world, study together for years to become a doctor, and work for 30 years and become retired, and then die and finish? Is it worth it? Is it really appropriate for human qualities to spend our human qualities for this purpose only? What does that mean? In the society, they inculcate us that, oh, well, how old are you? I'm 28. Are you married? No. Oh, yeah, you should be. Why? 28 years, man, you are, especially if you are a girl, then, oh, you are going to have nothing and no family life, and you will remain as an unmarried person. That is the purpose. Are you an animal to reproduce only? What does it mean? What does it mean? It cannot be your purpose of existence. Yeah, when you are hungry, you eat, yes. If it is appropriate, you get married, yeah, if you find the right person for you. But if not, this is not the purpose of your existence, because in this society, they label you the unmarried or divorced or widowed or whatever. That is society's value. That's not your human value. That's what we have to come back to ourselves. Like give the priorities to our human values, not the society's artificial values. In certain societies, you have to do this. In certain societies, you have to do that. For example, 200 years ago, if you are 18 years old and not married, what? The society's value. And now it is 18 years old. If you say, I'm going to get married, what do they say? Oh, are you really? Are you really ready? It means it is according to the society's values. It's nothing to do with your nature. It's nothing to do with your reality. For example, if you are 10 years old, not producing anything, now it is okay. Until 24 years old of age, you are still dependent on your parents because your parents are expected to pay the school fees, education fees until the age of 24. Yeah? But 200, 500 years ago, if you are 10 years old and not doing anything, we say, what? You are a young man. What are you doing? You are not doing anything? Just what we do now is the 10 years olds. What do they do now? What do they do?
YouTube.
Play with YouTube or video games. They ain't no profession, no responsible. Sorry? Sorry?
I'm just laughing at him.
Yeah. So this is what the outside society injects on you. That is their values. We have to develop our own natural values. It means who I am and what am I doing. These are practical problems. We have to think. If someone doesn't think, if someone doesn't reflect, if someone doesn't really exhort himself, herself, to understand the reality of his or her own existence, for this person, I have no hope. Religion, whatever you do, I don't really care. We have to take our reality of existence the most important subject for me. So, grab one of the so yeah, question yourself, question everything. Not let me take the outside society, and don't become a puppet of imitating the values of the outside society. Question outside society, not necessarily that this secular society. No, it can present itself as a religious society. Doesn't matter. Question. Even when you listen here, saying that I am saying here, for example, I'm speaking, question your reality, question the legitimacy of this language. Is it really true that the man says you have to question your reality? Is it really true? Do I have to? If you don't question and say, let's say this man is an old man, looks like a beard and a religious guy, so he must be saying something right? No, it doesn't work. It's not human. Imitation is not human. Question. You may find answer, you may not find answer, but question. Is it really true? And when you question, you start investigating. And that is the way to establish your belief system. Where am I standing in this world? Really, it is very simple, but it needs consistency. Don't sell out your being, your life, for promises that you are not satisfied with. Do you understand that? Saying that, for example, if you follow these rules, after you die, you will be saved. Okay. Why? That's our religion. Are you satisfied with it? I've never thought about it. How can I talk about satisfaction? I took it for granted. Don't sell out your life for nothing. Question, start questioning. As you question, the answer starts coming. Without questioning, no answer comes. You keep imitating. Imitating either this society or that society or these values or those values. Imitating without questioning. If a society comes to you in the name of religion, doesn't mean that it is true. Still, it may be true, but you have not questioned and you are not satisfied with it, then it is not true for you. Now, somebody comes and says, La ilaha illallah is my principle, man. Okay. But you heard. And this man looks like a nice guy, so I have to follow him, imitate him. And say, I have to say La ilaha illallah as well. And is it yours? No. It's not your conclusion. This may be true, but you are an imitator. We have to make the distinction. Okay. He is connected with all these spheres. That's how we are within sphere of within the sphere of another sphere and another sphere, that we are connected. Each connection, each sphere has some message to convey to us and help us realize who we are in this world. Help us realize what we are doing here in this world. Each sphere, as if different classes, a different class. As a different class. Every class, we learn something. If we pass the class and go into another class, we learn something else. And if we pass the class and go into a further higher class, we learn something else. Yeah, every connection with our environment is a means of learning a higher realization and becoming more and more aware of our reality. We have to go through. We have to make progress. We shouldn't say, I'm a Muslim, I am done. Now stop thinking and Tell me what to do. It means you are not passing through to the higher classes. You are static. But human beings are not created with a static quality because our human qualities have no end. We have to use it. We have to use it. If you notice, in any sphere of study, there's no end. If you see, have you ever seen any sphere of study, any discipline, which says this is the end of our discipline? Human beings are developing different disciplines, and rather than reaching the top of the discipline, they realize that they have even more to learn. What does it mean? This universe is a treasure with no end. You go deeper, you realize that, there is even deeper. That is exactly the human beings are. You use your qualities, the more you use your qualities, human qualities, you become that you have even deeper qualities, finer qualities to be recovered within your own selves. But unfortunately, we externalize religion because how the religion is presented to us. A community member, finish. Do you come to our masjid? Finish. You are done. Now come and do. Not come and recover yourself even deeper. Come and do what? Do more work. For example, do you come to the community center once a week to clean? Why not twice a week? Why not 3 times a week? No one will remind you in general. I hope there is exception. There are some exceptions. You have to discover yourself even higher level. Concentrate on, reflect on your own pain. When you read the Quran, reflect the message that you learned from the Quran on your own nature. Come on, refer it to yourself. Question it for yourself. What does it mean for me? That's what we have to learn. We don't hear this. It is not in the atmosphere, and we have to remind ourselves of these truths, realities. Now, he may receive pleasure at their pleasure. Whose pleasure? Myself, my relatives, and living beings. If you have a cat in your house, right? If the cat gets ill or wounded, what do? Do you just ignore it? Cat. Do you ignore it? Can you ignore it? Tell me. If the cat in your house is wounded, can you ignore it? No. Why? Which kind of feeling you have, which kind of human quality you have that requires you to get interested in the help of the cat. Who made it? Who can be the source of this feeling? What can be the maker of this feeling, or source of existence of this feeling? Who? These are all the qualities ingrained in us in order to know who our Creator is. Even the animal matters for me. Go then. May receive human beings may receive pleasure in their pleasure, in the pleasure of all this encircled spheres that we have been studying, right? Every sphere has another dimension of interest. And I am in the center, and I have been given the qualities, it is in my nature, and I am interested in all of them. Yes, sphere by sphere, or sphere within sphere, so deeper and deeper and deeper. And pain, so we may receive pleasure at their pleasure and pain at their pain. If you receive a text today that I know your father's condition, your father is fully recovered right now, what do? The text saying that your asthma, your father is fully recovered, he's perfect, like a young man. What do? Happy, huh? Even you cannot stay here. I want to go and see him. I want to go and see him. Is it right or wrong? What is the cause? What can be the cause of this feeling in your being? Your elements, your particles, what? Why do you think you have this quality? That is religion. That's your understanding of your basis of your existence. That is your religion. That's your deen, basis of your existence, without which we become imitators. Yeah. However, since nothing is stable in this world of upheavals and revolutions, swift as the wind, everything is changing continuously. Man's wretched heart is constantly wounded. I know your mother. Yes, Sultan? Your mother is died, huh? You couldn't help her and died. And you felt totally helpless. But you didn't want her to die. I experienced the same thing for my mother as well. So it's very common. Why? It is another person there who died. What shall I do? It is in my nature. What do you think the cause of existence of this feeling? Your elements? The food you ate last night? So ridiculous. So ridiculous to think that it is evolved by itself. It is so ridiculous, so reductionist, really very belittling, insulting human qualities, this materialistic understanding of the world or existence. Matter happened by itself. It can't be that simple what I am experiencing now. What do you mean by universe exists by itself and developed by itself like that? What are you talking about? Even if a child cannot accept that. It is not that simple. This act of creation, this act of being, as we are experiencing it, that is not that simple. How can you reduce it to accidental developments, evolvements, or whatever the name they put it? Doesn't matter. Accidental, ultimately. Accidental. Evolved by itself accidentally. That you bother your at the death of your mother. Accidentally. This emotion came out of. There is nothing in the matter. If you reduce the existence to matter only, there is no such quality in the matter that you will inherit it from the matter. There's a deliberate act of creation, deliberately given to you by the one who gives you existence. How can you not make sense of this very simple thing? Unfortunately, this is the very serious problem. Since religion is presented to us in a very baseless, imitative way, which doesn't make sense really. So comparatively, the people think that scientific explanation, as if it is more consistent than what the people in the religious institutions, or how the people in the religious institutions speak. Yeah. That makes the human heart turn towards towards that which looks more consistent comparatively. That's why religion is losing its value in the eyes of the people. That's a big problem, especially nowadays, but for a long time, it has been in this way. After reducing religion to laws and do's and don'ts, religion is this. Any thinking human being goes and listens to that, doesn't make sense. It is just really exploitation of human weakness. What they say, if you don't do it, you are going to be punished in hell. If you do this, you will be punished. You said you will be rewarded. You say it is better to be on the rewarded side and just do it and without knowing why. And any reasoning person, questioning person, listens to it, it doesn't make sense. It is just cheating, human weakness, and goes and listens to scientific explanations, which is consistent within the matter itself, but not interpretations. For example, they demonstrate something which is correct, but saying that it happened accidentally. They swallow it. Yeah? The interpretation is just, if you like, installed in the process of demonstrating the physical event. And physical event says, for example, your iPhone works. You see, science works. Yeah? That is a sign that there is a perfect consistency in the order of the universe. Who said that this is accidental? Who can say that an iPhone developed accidentally by itself? Who says this? Who can say that? But the universal order developed accidentally by itself. But Because the physical demonstration makes more sense than what is taught in the church, synagogue, mosque, people say at least these people have some sort of truth. That is why we have to wake up about our understanding of religion. Our understanding of religion has nothing to do with what is presented or how it is presented to us. Baseless about what they say is true, but why? Because we believe. Because we believe in the hereafter. Why do you believe? Because we are Muslims, we believe. Even I don't say that a crazy man said, well, not a crazy man, it's a very common thing. I say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I witness that there is no God but God. You know, I believe in God as if I see it. How? No, my belief is there. Why? How can you believe in something as if you saw it without realizing what you believe? Do you understand now? It's a very, very complicated, because we are not used to thinking in religious matters, you know. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ, we say. We witness that Muhammad definitely was his abd, however you translate it, but they say slave. Human being and worshipping the one who realizes why he is here, that's abd. And his prophet, his messenger. Why? Because we believe.
So you're saying without being convinced personally, you can't even say or pretend or even have this feeling that
I witness.
Right?
If you are convinced, you have to witness within your own nature, within yourself. For example, do you bother about, for example, let's come to the cat. The cat is wounded. An ordinary animal. Cat is wounded in your house. The cat in your house is wounded. And do you bother about it? Example, tell me, Sarah. Yeah.
Take him to the vet.
Yeah, you bother about it. As soon as you start questioning why I bother about this animal there, where did I get this feeling? What is the cause of existence of this feeling? But when you question it, you say, I witness, because you experience it, that I have such a feeling, and this feeling cannot happen by itself, accidentally. Now you say, I witness, because it is real with you, right? It must be, first, you must experience it, you must be convinced within yourself, and then say, I witnessed that the one who made me with this quality. You are witnessing it. Sure. If you don't question, you don't witness. Don't say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. You are not witnessing anything. Why do you say that I witness? Do you understand?
It's very simple.
We're very simple, huh? Why don't you think about it? Why don't you practice it? Why don't we practice it? Why don't we question this? It's very simple. But we just overlap, ignore it.
Yeah, I think we're trained not to question.
No,
Yeah.
we are trained not to question. Perfect reality. Imitate. Because most of the people who speak to us never questioned it. They turned religion into profession, and they just cheat. If you read the Quran, what you find in the Quran, that's how religion of Moses was corrupted, revised, turned into imitation, laws and imposing the laws on people. Do this, without establishing the foundations. Makes sense then? It's very simple. But why do I say but? It needs a special training. That's why we are here. Inshallah. Inshallah. Very simple. I say we have to study what is missing in understanding of religion, reality, in the age we are living. Otherwise, how many, now it is very common, it is the last almost 10 days approaching of Ramadan. Everybody is talking about, I was forced to go somewhere and so join an event, and the people were crazy about asking which prayer I should say during itikaf. Now, why are you making itikaf? It is sunnah. It is strongly advised. Why? Well, we are Muslims. Why? There's no answer.
Actually,
There's no foundation.
I had a question about that, about Tarawih prayers.
Sorry?
I had a similar question around the Tarawih prayers.
Why are you making Tarawih prayer? Have you prayed Salat Subuh?
Well, I want to ask you.
No, foundations. We are talking about foundations, nothing to do with Tarawih prayer, nothing to do with itikaf. Why are we believing in what we believe? It's not a question. It is the question which is not valid here. We don't deal with kind of things, foundations. Missing dimension must be revived. Concentrate your mind, your reflection on the missing dimension. If you go and ask YouTube or Google, it gives you 1,000 other web pages which talk about Tarawih prayer. Why do you keep me busy with it? It is known, but with no foundations. We are trying to draw the attention to the foundations.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to attach the foundations to what we're meant to do during Ramadan.
Sorry, what?
I'm trying to tie.
No, I couldn't understand.
I'm trying to tie the foundation to the rituals that we make during the month of
So
Ramadan.
if you are aware of the foundations,
Yeah.
you will make up yourself what you are going to do. Don't worry about it. Why we keep asking questions? Because there is no foundation. So we want to learn the rules on the surface, because there is no foundation, so that we can develop from there by ourselves. Do you understand? So it's irrelevant. For example, a person has not studied mathematics at the primary school level, high school level, college level, and comes up with a book, which is calculus. Well, not the calculus really, further than calculus, but example, at calculus 2 or something, and asks about the formula there and says, explain it to me. I am the maths teacher. What do you think I should tell you? Okay, I will refer the question to you. I come to you with a calculus 2 book, right? And said, are you a mathematician? Mathematician, yes, you are. So explain this equation for me. I asked you. And you say, who are you? Have you studied mathematics at the level of primary school? No. High school? No. College? No. What do you say to me? I am asking a calculus problem to explain it to me. What do you say?
I would say that you need to study the previous ones first.
Yeah, exactly. When you ask a question about Taraweeh, the answer is shut up. Go and study the primary school.
Okay, but that's fair.
Good, thank you. At least you accept it. That's fair.
That's fair. But the fact is, we are in the month of Ramadan, and every night there are Taraweeh prayers.
They practice that. I have the book with me. Why don't you give me the answer? You cannot give me the answer. Whatever the answer you give me wouldn't make any sense to me because I have no base. We have to wake up. What we do, we memorize the rules. That is not religion. That is not religion. People keep talking about, it is sunnah, it is not sunnah, it is bid'ah. It's stupid. What do you mean by bid'ah? What do you mean by sunnah? The prophetic tradition. Who is prophet? What do you say that? What Muhammad? How do you know? No base for anything. Just, you were born into a Muslim community, so identity is a Muslim man. That's it. It's so simple, eh? I was born into a family, my father and mother were engineers. So, I am an engineer as well. Who buys it? You go and apply for a job and say that I want to work in this company as an engineer. You know why? Because my father was an engineer. My mother was an engineer. I have 2 brothers are all engineers and 2 sisters. They are also engineers as well. And they say, what do they say?
Are you an engineer?
Do you have a degree in engineering? What has it to do with your parental relationship, ancestral relationship, societal relationship with your quality? Why do we have to wake up? It's very simple. When it comes to the worldly affairs, we understand. Huh? Very understandable. No one in the world says that, okay, I'll apply you because your father was a great engineer. You have never taken an engineering education. Have you ever seen any company doing that? Have you? No? When it comes to religion, who are you? Are you from Pakistan? You must be a Muslim. Your family were Muslims. Well, are you playing idiot? What are you doing? I can understand this. Because your parents were Muslims. You must be practicing Islam as well. Why? Because your parents were Muslims. You were born in a Muslim country. Which kind of mentality it is? Salih, please help me to understand. I'll go crazy. It's so ridiculous. Makes me speechless. What shall I do? I was saying, stupid is Latin, idiot is an insulting word. Which kind of language I should? I'm speechless. No, I have nothing to say, sorry. Nothing, sorry, I'm going. So pointless. Do you think I'm going crazy? Also, what shall I? Which?
Egyptians before, that's what
I
I
do
did.
think the Pakistanis every time, I have to say.
Bangladesh? Shall I say Egyptians?
That would be
Jordanian? Jordanian, Egyptian, or Saudi?
Be careful.
Sorry? No, there is somebody here. No. I mean, example, you were born into Turkish, great nation, great Ottoman Empire history. None of my business. So there was an empire, so none of my business. Huh? They were great. So what? Who are you? Who are you? You've been to those places where the Ottoman army, the Ottoman Sultan stamps are put on the wall and the people are feeling great. Making people stupid. Stupefying people. Salih, what do you think? Agreed. Thank you. Get this? Yeah. Making us feel stupid. Making us look stupid as Muslims. We call them Muslims. And the people think that the Muslim people are stupid. So, Islam, in the eyes of the people, Islam becomes the religion of stupid people. Must be rejected. Somebody wanted to say something about it? Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to state my question, but I'll try according to Tarawih. When I pray Tarawih, when I went like last week and I joined a different mosque and I prayed Tarawih, like the day I left and I helped them to distribute food and I cleaned the mosque, that when I wake up the second day, I wake up with great, it's in ecstasy. I wake up like it's such a, like I was happy, I called my family, I done everything perfect, like where's this feeling come from? And this is, and I pray Tarawih, and sometime I don't like what the Sheikh said in between because of my.
You condition yourself with the promises that you are taught. That if you do this, if you do that, you yourself say that I've done my best. Now, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. If your cat in the house is wounded, you take to the veterans, and do something to her, to it, and you feel comfortable, right? Without realizing why, because you never questioned the existence of this sense and attributed to the Creator and become aware of the quality of the Creator and saying that I am the creature, work of this Creator, He is my Lord. But of course, even if some people, why do you think people go all the street and especially along the street and especially in the subways with the earplugs here and listen to music that I feel great? Huh?
I felt feeling I had never.
Yeah, because you said, I've done something what I was expected to do, you cheated yourself. Do you understand? Not because you did something that your consciousness must make you feel comfortable within your own nature. Within your own nature. This is a culture. For example, if you go home and heaven, eat dinner together with your relatives, what do you feel? Happy. Because you think that I've done something, oh, that's my relatives, but what is the reality of this event? But from the beginning, we have been concentrating on one thing. For example, my love for myself, my love for my relations, my love for my nation. We described this, of course, in a different way than usually understood. My life for the living creatures, right, and the universe, they are for what? To connect yourself, to become aware of your creator and identify yourself who you are. If you realize that when you said God is great, and if you felt, Allahu Akbar, yeah, if you felt that this is a right statement, I confirm it fully. Really, I am aware that the creator of this universe is great. It means nothing to do with this universe. I belong to him. If you have gone through these foundations, it means belief, acknowledgement, awareness. And because of this, when you pray, when you perform something, do some action which revives, refreshes your connection with the Creator, with your Creator, and you are confirmed and you are satisfied with it within yourself, that belief must be the source of pleasure. That belief can be the source of pleasure. I don't know what happened to you. Don't tell us. If you have not connected yourself with the Creator, and just because you have done something appreciated in your culture, like you do something here in the society, for example, clean the street, people say, you did a good job, man. You are a nice man. You feel great, huh? All atheist institutions, when they do charitable activities, do they feel great or not? What does it mean? Atheists.
Like that is self-worshipping, because I have a few atheists of mine. I have two friends of mine that are atheists. I feel like they're self-worshipping to themselves, to their atheistic mind.
He has two friends that are atheists, and he feels that they are self-worshipping.
Yeah, that is their ego, yes.
Excuse me, don't misunderstand me. You have some sort of belief. Everybody has some sort of belief. Huh? I am not discarding this. I am not discarding this reality that you have some sort of real truth you are basing your faith on. Whatever it is, I don't know the amount, no one can know, right? But apart from this, how can you make sure that as a Muslim doing some sort of activities without realizing the belief foundations, it is a self-satisfaction? Like those people who join the concerts and get excited. How can you make sure it is not of that nature? But only the personal satisfaction within your own being, as far as your relationship with you and your Creator established within yourself, guarantee is that that is your nature. And that is the fitrah of God. That is the real one. The others may be fake. But we have to admit that those people who do charitable activity has comparatively atheist people, by definition. We don't know who they are, but by definition, comparatively, they are doing something natural to human being better than those people who don't do charitable activities. But it doesn't mean that they have fulfilled their worship of God, establishing their reality. Do you understand? So when you pray, it is better than going to the bar, drinking and becoming drunk. In the morning you wake up like that, yeah, with a stiff mind and feeling horrible. Yeah, but it doesn't mean, yeah, that praying is more fitri. But what we have to do is, let's establish this foundations of these actions and make it absolutely convinced within ourselves as much as possible. Absolutely was a wrong word. As much as possible, convinced within myself, make a part of my nature. Get it? Make a part of my nature. I am sure I witnessed this reality. As a result of this reality that we experience in ourselves, then pleasure comes. Yes, that's correct, because you did something right according to your nature. So this is a true pleasure. The other one is just feeling pleased because you think that you did something good, not bad, last night. Right? Confirmation. You have to question yourself. Did I become aware of my Creator while I am doing all this truth, and confirmed my reality of existence in this world? That's what we are emphasizing on here. Let's establish the foundations and make sure where we stand. And then all the actions will become fundamentally, essentially meaningful for us. Otherwise, anybody who goes and cleans the mosque feels happy. Cleans the church feels happy. Cleans the bar feels happy. Right? Anybody, any human being. Because cleanliness is being clean, and cleaning something is natural to us, but this is given to me for what? To know that my Creator has endowed this sense to me in order to know that He is the cleanser. Everything is cleaned by Him. That is a means of acknowledging Him. So, if you don't realize Him, you become equal to cleaning a man who cleans the mosque, who cleans the church, who cleans the bar. Both of them, all of them are happy. You understand? Happiness is or lies in God consciousness. Your existence belongs to Him. That is assuring, that is guaranteeing your existence. Otherwise, the other one is everybody will say, because you believe that it's a good action, you feel happy. The other one also who cleans the bar believes that it's a good action, he feels happy. because you did something right. That's why it makes you feel happy. But is it really right according to your reality of existence? Have you questioned that? Yeah? Have you questioned that? So if you, I'm not asking personal question, if you became aware of the worship of God, it means acknowledging the reality of God, acknowledging that your existence belongs to Him, your existence is from Him, you are guaranteed. Because He is the absolute creator of the universe. He is the absolute one who gave existence to everything. I belong to Him. That pleasure is endless. Your existence is guaranteed. So we are emphasizing on this side. Make this distinction. No one says that you didn't have or somebody didn't have any foundation at all, but this foundation must be given priority. And we have to educate ourselves at the level of this foundation. Right? That's what we are talking about. Otherwise, why do you think, for example, in the subways, most of the people who are not religious, conscious religious people don't give any money to buskers. They say, go and do some useful work, man, go. So, but mostly irreligious people, non-religious considerations, they give money to them. Mostly. Why? Yes, there is a feeling in human beings that we have to help. Yeah? Yeah, that's correct. But what is the purpose of existence of this human feeling? Just to give money to the buskers? Do you know what I mean by buskers? Well, that's a British word, I think. Those people who... So do you know?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, the buskers. You know, but those people who play music and something in certain place and asks for money, they are called, I don't know how are they called in American English. Sorry? Performers? Sorry? Performers, yeah. So performers in the subway. So they feel great, that's why they give money. But why do you think this sense is given to us? To give money to buskers or the performers? Or to realize whom I belong to? Who I belong to, sorry. And He is the one who loves helper, and this sense of helping is given to me in order to know Him and attribute myself to Him and become a believer in the reality that this sense is given to me by the creator of the universe. I belong to Him. Your existence is secured now. The existence of your feeling is secured. Those people say, until I die, when I give money to, until I die, when I give money to performance, I will feel happy. After I die, everything is finished. I will dissolve. My existence come to an end. Yeah. So they feel happy until they die. But if you realize and use or utilize your feelings in order to know who your Lord is, owner of existence is. You don't say until I die, even my death, even my life. Everything is from the eternal source. And this eternal source is the source of my existence. I belong to Him, and there is no end with to your existence with death. That is called real God consciousness. Do you understand? Otherwise, every human being is given endless qualities. And we use our qualities. For example, do you think that atheist people don't take care of their children? Maybe better. Without spoiling this, I see that in the society, atheist people bear their children or raise their children better than the Muslims. At least they don't spoil them. So, do you think what is happening here? Because they are happy when they really take care of their children. Why do you think this sense is given to them? In order to know the creator of the sense. Have they utilized it in order to know, to know their creator? That is the point. Otherwise, they will use it and waste it. Because they will say, until I die, I have to take care of my children. Why? That is my duty, because it is there. But all human senses are given to us for what? All the qualities in the creation are given to them for what? What are they doing? They are presenting their creator to you and make you realize who your Lord is, who your owner is, who your creator is. That is the purpose of existence. That is why everybody is given equal qualities. Everybody loves helping. Who doesn't feel unhappy when they help somebody last night? In the morning they wake up with a horrible feeling that I helped somebody. Come on, last night. Is there any such human being in the world? Everybody feels happy. But the purpose is not to help somebody. Helping somebody is a means of, must be, the means of realizing the source of existence of this sense. Where did you get it? How come it exists? Very simple.
Could I say I help such and such because I'm the agent of the creator?
Sorry, because of?
I'm the agent of the creator. Like it,
No, just a minute. Have you realized that the sense, you are jumping.
Yes.
Have you realized that the sense is given to you on purpose by the one who creates the universe?
Yes.
And then it is given to me, you have to act accordingly. Everybody acts accordingly. Everybody takes care of the cat in his house if the cat is wounded, regardless of being a Muslim, non-Muslim, atheist, agnostic, whatever. Everybody, it is there. But the purpose of having this quality is to know who the owner of this quality is, whether you did it in your name and say that I love taking care of the animals, I am an animal lover, or my creator loves taking care of the needy ones. I have been given this sense in order to realize this is my creator. My creator is the source of this quality. Very simple, but we have to speak a lot about it. Because we say that, look, those people who don't believe in God also are happy. Happy in which sense? I make it in a very rough language. And maybe a little bit not respected language, how do you say? Coarse language. Coarse language, sorry. Are you happy like an animal, or are you happy like a human being? Now, when you are hungry, when you eat, you feel happy. Everybody. The question is, are you happy like an animal who's satisfied? Or are you happy like a human being who is satisfied? Now, animal is happy because his stomach is full. Human beings, human side of me is happy to acknowledge the provider of the food and my need. And I belong to a one who really knows me, takes care of me, and makes himself known to me by providing this and telling me that, look, I am your Lord. Now, even if you do a religious action, anything good, according to your nature, makes you feel happy. It doesn't mean that you utilized it to know your eternal source because you felt happy, or you just felt happy like an animal. Because this in animal and animality, we have to do something good in order to feel good. But these are only means. Unfortunately, we cannot even read one paragraph. Why? Because practically, we are struggling from the question Tao asked, from the question you asked. These are the fundamental, previously you asked something as well. These are the fundamental matters that prevents us from realizing what really religion is all about. Because we are under the influence of very heavy, a strong influence of certain culture which is inculcated into our minds and feelings that is religion, without having any foundations, basis. That's why I'm very happy, actually, that this kind of practical matters come up, and we deal with them. We must do that always. Why do you think that we don't need iman, belief, education? What is the reason? Because you pray Tarawih, you feel comfortable that you think you have satisfied your humanity. It may be your animality, we don't know. Are you aware of the difference?
I feel more peaceful.
So you feel?
More peaceful.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's all right. Those people, again, look, atheist people give $1 million to a hospital to contribute to renovation of the hospital, yeah? And we cannot make an hospital with $1 million. So only you can renovate 1 or 2 units in it. Do they feel peaceful when they are sleeping? What is the difference?
I don't know, but I think that my friend, he liked to do it, to give, then he's keep talking about it. I give people,
Those people also keep talking about it, even on TVs, saying that I feel great because I helped the needy poor people. It doesn't mean that they have fulfilled their human needs, human reality. It doesn't mean they have fulfilled their human reality. We have to question, we don't know. We don't say that, no, they don't. They are just like satisfying themselves like animals or a human being. We don't speak about persons, people, but we are just theoretically discussing that, are we aware of the difference. Everybody loves his child. Any woman, especially women, but men as well, but especially women. Can a woman throw her baby into fire? How atheist she can be. It is impossible. What does it mean? That is in us. The question is, it is there in order to what? If we are materialist, if we are atheist, we say that this feeling is there in order not to throw the baby into fire. That is atheistic understanding. And practically they don't. Do you understand? What are we expected to do then? Very simple. As the Quran teaches, as human reality, human mind reminds us not to use this sense for the atheistic purpose. Use this sense to know who the owner of this sense is. What is the source of existence of this sense? Very simple, eh? We don't make the distinction because we don't see that religion is something to do with this questioning, fundamentally, essentially. Very simple. But we are not exposed to this teaching. That's why we say, look, don't cheat yourself. Eh? When you feel comfortable, when you take care of your baby, take care of the cat, wounded cat. And when you do some help work, when you do some religious activities, in the following day, you feel happy. That's correct. But this is not the ultimate aim. This is just a tool. You have to utilize it. Are we utilizing it? What are we expected to do to utilize it? Very simple. Do you get it?
I don't get it. So if there's an injured cat here, I'm going to help the cat just because I have a feeling to help the cat, right?
Yeah.
So if I do it that way, just normally without thinking, so I help so I get like you said, like a pleasure, like
you feel happy.
But not a human pleasure, like say like a.
We don't know. Depends on questioning. That's what we are talking about here. We say, come on, be brave and ask yourself, is it a human pleasure or animalistic pleasure? If it is just use it and say that, no, I felt happy, that's why I did it. And
unconscious.
Sorry?
Like without being conscious.
Not being conscious of the source of existence of this feeling and not questioning it. Regardless of whether you are religious or not, maybe you are doing a religious activity, it doesn't matter. You may be doing a religious activity saying that I did something right. In the morning, you feel happy. An atheistic approach also makes the same thing. You did something right, you helped the cat. In the morning, you felt happy. Right? What is the difference between evaluating, benefiting from this feeling as an atheist or as a human being which requires eternal happiness? Animalistic satisfaction gives you satisfaction and you feel that you are happy until you die. Yes? But eternal happiness requires to investigate further the source of existence of this feeling and why this feeling must be given to you. What is the reason? How are you going to utilize this feeling? Do you understand? And satisfy your human side, which requires eternal happiness, not until you die. Because I want perfection, goodness, never ending. We couldn't come there, but maybe next week we can go there. Never ending happiness. I want that.
I'm having trouble connecting helping the cat
To
to connecting with my creator. I
yeah.
don't,
Do you have this feeling? Yes, correct. Good practice.
No,
We have this
actually, I don't think, I probably wouldn't if I help the cat right now.
So
I
this
would
is,
have done it just to say help the
can
cat.
you explain this feeling? How does it exist? Have you thought about it? Where did you get the same feeling? Have you thought about it? No, I'm not asking a personal question, yes? Right? So if you have thought about it, you will go further questioning. If you have not thought about it, what will happen? You will satisfy yourself like an animal. Animals also, the dolphins help the wounded dolphins. Animals also take care of their young, don't they? Can you stop a cat from protecting, from feeding their kitten? Can you? They just scratch you, really harm you, if not kill you. Is it true or not? Can you take the baby of a sparrow? What does it do? That frightens you. Yeah? How come this feeling happens in this matter? Lump of matter. Particles, atoms. How come? That is humanity to question this. I'm very happy today that these kind of questions came up.
So
What is humanity to question this?
is it okay for you to think, I know we always say like think from our perspective, right? Not the creator's perspective, but can I think about the creator's intention in that?
No, none of your business. You cannot. First, solve the problem within yourself. Have you questioned about the source of existence of this feeling within yourself? Start from there. Start from there and develop from there. Never go into the other direction.
Can you say why would he give you some kind of
Sorry?
feeling? Is that to say like why would he give me this kind of feeling?
No.
Other than this,
Why did he give? Who's he?
why did
How do you know the creator? You have to go from your side. First, question the source of existence of this feeling. Can you attribute it to your particles? Can you attribute it to an accidental development? We always say that without establishing La ilaha, you cannot talk about illallah, God. Always this process, La ilaha illallah. The other is, you are saying that why did the creator give? How do you know the creator? How did you get this idea of creator? From culture. That's why we are struggling here. We are struggling here not to follow the culture and become ourselves. It must be my own personal conclusion. That is Iman. That's why all the examples we gave, you cannot apply for a job, to become an engineer in a company, saying that my great-great-grandfathers were engineers and my father was an engineer and my mother was an engineer. We are an engineering family. And the company owner will say, are you an engineer? Why were we giving all these examples? I know it is not easy, Saleh. Get rid of the culture. So this, to me, excuse me, I'm not accusing you. Really, it's a silly question so that why did he give me this sense? It's a silly question. Do you understand? Why did he give me this sense? Who's he? What are you talking about? The God, cultural God. But have you completed your own personal journey of reflection? What is the source of existence of this sense that it exists in my body, flesh, blood, bones, nothing else, elements? How did you question that? Sorry, how did it happen? Did you question this? Did you come to a conclusion, La ilaha? There is no source of existence of this sense in the universe. Did you complete that? Are you convinced about it? And there is no source of existence of this sense in the universe. So how come that this sense exists? It's a legitimate question. And this sense exists, the sense exists, the cat exists. All the examples we gave. The universe exists, your mind exists. Your power to question exists. Goes and goes and goes. The universe exists. How come the universe exists? And my sense exists? There must be a source of existence. So, come now. This sense is given to you to know the source of existence of the universe. That's your source. This source of existence of the universe must be an absolute one. Why? You cannot describe him in terms of this universe. This phrase we keep repeating is very essential. But it must be in the right place, not memorized and repeated knowingly, unknowingly. In the right place. Since the source of existence of this universe cannot be described within the conditions of this universe, this source is absolute for him. I can only say absolute because I cannot say big or small or what in terms of this universe. So I belong to this absolute source. My sense is given to me to help the cat to do some sort of religious activities in order to know him. That is human pleasure. And he's absolute. I belong to him. That is human pleasure. The others, by definition, no. But human beings have some sort of 1%, 10%, 190% of realization. We don't know. We are not talking practical human beings. We are just talking in terms of theory, right? We have to stop here. Oh, it is very practical. Please bring this kind of concerns and questions. I think we have to speak, especially on Saturdays, we have to speak practical terms. We have to speak all our concerns. We will know that these are nothing but the influence of the outside culture. It's not religion, this is not belief. Culture. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.